but my understanding is wants to go for some housing to put some people in there. Which I know in my neighborhood, I got like 7 houses down our street, and guess what? Those kids, some of those kids, they don't even go to home now. They go to ideal school or something like that. So where's the enrollment for Harlingdale? So I guess we put it on item number 4E, and we talk about that, and if it doesn't pass, well, let's try it again. Let's put it on item 7C, and let's see if we can rearrange something so that it can pass. I don't understand why it's on their double. You know, 7C again, discuss for the land. You know, is it because if it don't pass this way, well, let me reword the words and try it this way. Come on now, guys. I just think we shouldn't be selling this land right now. That's very important right now. There's schools that don't have property. You know, I just think that our school's better than what it is right now. Kids love our school, don't get me wrong. They love Harlingdale. They love the teachers, they love where they're at. But they just don't know what actually is going behind the scene, where actually stuff is going on. And that's something that when parents talk, it's between parents, not the kids. And I guess, the way to say it, I understand TA is coming in. You know what? Actually, TA ain't coming in for the kids, not because we got flunking schools. TA is coming in for a reason. And the only ones that they're actually looking at is going to be the board members. Why? Because you all run this district. You all run this district. And I hear a lot of, you can't micromanagement. Yes, you can. It's your school, it's your district. Y'all are the one that has to say so. So, I just want to say, guys, I know y'all are going to talk about it twice. And this, I hope our construction is going great. It is. I passed by there, it's going, you know, everything has a little flaky deal. But if we can fix it, it'll be great. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Saucedo. Moving on, information and discussion for a curriculum in the committee minutes. Chair, Mr. Ricardo Moreno.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. So we met on September 11, 2017, meeting called to order by myself, in attendance myself, Ms. Carrillo, Mr. Tejada was able to attend. We also had staff, Ms. Gallegos, Ms. Casey, Ms. Korsman, Ms. Taylor, Ms. Wolf, and also Mr. Marial. The first thing that we were discussing was the item of the curriculum committee meetings for the impending year. We decided to go ahead and combine them with the DPERT that was scheduled as well. So since I'm ahead of both, I'm in both committees, it would be a little bit easier in my schedule to kind of help in that sense. So we will be starting our meetings with when it's paired with DPERT at 5:30, and we've sent out and submitted out the information through email. I think it's posted online as well. We went on to the Stonewall Flanders has been designated improvement required year 2, and Adams has been also identified improvement required year 1. The state has changed the expectations for improvement required campuses. Stonewall Flanders will have a target improvement plan that is going to be submitted today or discussed today and approved. They will also develop a turnaround plan to be completed and submitted by January 2018. Adams will have a year to develop their targeted improvement plan. Again, Ms. Betty Damiani will serve as a professional service provider, the PSP. Ms. Casey will also serve as a DCSI for Stonewall Flanders, coordinating that, kind of keeping it in unison with the previous year since she worked with them last year as well. Ms. Gallegos will serve as DCSI for Adams Elementary. And another thing that was kind of mentioned was the process to why we kept it that way, just keeping the consistency with each person that was the original DCSI for that campus. In addition to that, we noted that Ms. Korsman, will work with Adams and Stonewall as well. In addition, she will be meeting monthly with all 13 principals, so that will keep that consistency as well. We also noted the issue of the administrative moves that have been made throughout the last year, and kind of got further information on that. We also discussed the accountability ratings for the district and for each campus with the designated ratings, as well as distinctions earned. Identified the indexes that are met, also identified on the summary. I in particular asked what we can do to maybe identify the schools that are IR, that may not that have made it out of it perhaps, but kind of still meet the areas of concern that perhaps can be also still looked at and viewed just in case something were to arise. Mr. Madigan confirmed that the district has identified and will continue to support other campuses such as Columbia Heights and Collier, in addition to Gillette and other campuses that will be given the TASE training and work closely with Ms. Gallegos. Even though Gillette and Collier were both identified in the previous year, they will be just kind of monitored and assisted as we go on. Also, we noted the successes that the campuses with the distinctions have made. One caveat being that there are different safeguards and different ways that these campuses are actually given these distinctions. They are, in some cases, related to the school population, the socioeconomics. So in some cases, the distinctions might be, I guess, attributed to other campuses that are similar. And so, in this case, the example was presented that even though Rayburn did not receive any distinctions, it did meet all the safeguards. It was just a different category, in a different subgroup. The board will be asked to consider and approve 11 waivers from what we were told. Right now, there's no overload at this point. The largest class is going to be at the most 24, and from there, or in this case, it says the maximum size is obviously 22, but there's not going to be anything larger than 24. The waivers requested are for Carabel, 2 for first grade, Columbia Heights, 1 for second grade, and 2 for fourth grade. Gilbert, 1 in kinder, Rayburn, 2 for third grade and 2 for fourth grade, and Vestal with 1 in second grade. The class sizes at Stonewall, Flanders, and Adams will be capped at 20 each, being that they need that support for the IR campuses. I also requested that a spreadsheet be designed or created to show the available staff that is assigned and support to each of these campuses, so we will have a better idea on if our campuses are actually fully staffed or if we're just basing it off of a whole number and dividing it by the persons that are at that campus. And so to me, I know I've had that situation where they say, we can't afford another teacher because, such and such. So Mr. Madigan, the board has requested the type of support be provided for each of the campuses. And that will be presented to us as well. Also, Ms. Gallegos shared Ms. Damiani's information, and will also be on the board agenda for approval. And Ms. Gallegos informed them certain information that's being requested. One of the things too, guys, that I think is important when we're asking for information is asking for specific information and being clear. There's some items that may seem to be a little bit more invasive, so I guess we have to have a clear definition of what we're asking, or we're asking for information that's related to maybe personal information of the students, such as student ID numbers. One thing I wanted to kind of leave off as we're going into the IR presentations is when it talks about the indexes, and for most of us, I think we should already know that, but just to reaffirm it and reemphasize it, the indexes, they need to meet indexes 1 or 2, and also 3 and 4. So we'll keep that in mind as we're going forward. So when we're looking at the data, we kind of can understand it and make sure to ask questions when and if we have any that arise. And the meeting was adjourned at 5:30.
I have a quick question, Mr. Chair. Is that still going to hold for next year? Index 1, 2? 3 and 4, because my understanding is next year is going to be 1 and 2 and 3.
That's correct.
All right, just wanted to make sure. Thank you.
Any more questions? Moving on to the next agenda item. For B, report gifts accepted on behalf of the board per policy CDC logo. Mr. Mariano.
Yes, Mr. Chair, with us here gives to report, we have Marndale Middle School from the Marndale Alumni Basketball Association for PE supplies for 500. We also have the student group for extracurricular clubs supplies. We have all 5 to Marndale Middle School from SBC and group for $100. First Mark Credit Union for $25. Southside Children's Dental Center for $200. Family Clinic in San Antonio for $50. And Children's Night Clinic for $50. Some non-monetary donations. We have the Human Resources from various donors for the new teacher orientation supplies. Carol Bell Elementary HEB for school supplies for $200. Again, back to the new teacher orientation supplies, that was for various donors, that was for $1,765. Carol Bell Elementary from Ashley Furniture Store for school supplies for $1,045. Carol Bell Elementary from Walmart school supplies for $1,339. We also have the Gilbert Elementary from the Education Prevention Team at Child Safe for rat cake supplies for $4,926. We also have the student support from the Credit Union Church for school supplies for $2,000. We also have the student support from Supreme Lending and Covenant Partners Reality for backpacks, school supplies for $2,500, and Stonewall Planters for various donated for back to school supplies for $390 for a total contribution of both monetary and non-monetary for $15,090.
Thank you, Mr. Mariano, and thank you to all those who gave those gifts. Item number 4C, Insurance Committee Report. Mr. David Abundis, Chair.
I'm going to go ahead and pass this on to Ms. Tudyk. Thank you, Ms. Tudyk.
My pleasure, Mr. Abundis. The Board Insurance Committee meeting was called to order at 5:30 p.m. by David Abundis, Chairperson, on Thursday, September 14, 2017. In attendance was Zeke Mendoza, Jesus Tejeda, Ray Madrigal, Diane Tudyk, Elizabeth Guajardo, and members of the Employee Advisory Committee. After the call to order and introduction of staff, Javier Guevara with SWBC was asked to present proposal information on RFP 180708 for group medical insurance. Mr. Guevara introduced his colleagues, Bruce Massey and Andrew Grove, who would be assisting with the presentation. Mr. Guevara advised that the request for proposals was advertised on July 30th, 2017 and opened on August 24th. One proposal was received from Blue Cross Blue Shield with various options for fully insured and a self-funded plan. Renewal information for current plans was received from United Healthcare and included alternative options which were considered as well. Claims versus premium information was reviewed to support the expected increase in health insurance premiums. The proposal from Blue Cross Blue Shield and United Healthcare's renewal are very similar in cost and plan makeup. Therefore, SWBC negotiated with both companies. The end result was a decrease in premium from 34% to 27% with United Healthcare, which included an approximate 1% discount for the bundling of ancillary products. Enrollment in TRS Active Care was also discussed as a viable option, as the current plans have more comprehensive coverage and at a much lower premium for employees. Disadvantages to TRS enrollment were reviewed, and the final recommendation was made to maintain current plans and renew with United Healthcare. Members of the Employee Advisory Committee were invited to ask questions and voice their concerns over the information provided. The Board Insurance Committee directed staff to meet with the Employee Advisory Committee to review the plan options presented, and SWBC was directed to continue negotiations and discuss bundling options with Blue Cross Blue Shield. This information should be collected and brought back to the Insurance Committee prior to the regularly scheduled board meeting in October. We adjourned at 6:29.
Thank you, Ms. Tudyk.
Yes,
I do want to let the board know we did also ask Ms. Tudyk and Ms. Gallardo to, before they bring it back to us, and they can bring it back to them. Maybe you did mention that. Yes, I'm sorry. So I just wanted to just reiterate that because before they brought it to us, it wasn't even brought up to the committee, the employee committee. I thought that was important. So I think next time they're gonna take it to the committee first, and then bring it to the committee, and then we'll bring it back to the full board. It's just, it's gonna be tough because like they mentioned that it's 25, it's about a 25% increase, so we're definitely have to look into it. Let's see what these guys, see what their thoughts are, let's see what they bring back with Blue Cross Blue Shield, and we asked also for United to go back and maybe they can further negotiate with them, and hopefully they can come back with something a little bit better. So just wanted to kind of let you, it was a little disheartening with me that the rates were pretty high. And I'm sure the employees aren't too excited about these high percentages. So we'll see how it goes. It's good. The best of luck to Ms. Tudek and Ms. Gallardo as they work through this process. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. We will work actively on that. Appreciate it.
Yeah, and I just want to say thank you to you, David, and to the committee for taking care of all that and looking into all that. I know how difficult it is. Moving on to, oh, I'm sorry, do we have any questions about that one particular item?
Yeah, Mr. Chair, real quick. So that will just be presented to us within the next month. We'll be given that information right prior to, and so it'll be presented, and then we'll actually decide to go forward with it.
Any further discussion? Okay. Moving on, 4D, Building Committee Report, Zeke Mendoza, Chair.
I'm going to pass this one on to Mr. Soto.
Yes, sir, Mr. Mendoza. Thursday, August 31st, 2017, we had a building committee meeting. It was called to order by Zeke Mendoza at 5:45. Board members present were Mr. Bulis and Ms. Carrillo. Staff present were Mr. Madrigal, myself, and Woody Wilson, the attorney. Also present were Jasmine Engineering, Jasmine Azima, Coy Ballard, Nathan Bear, Kenny Rhodey from CDS Murray, David Wonder from Persign, Mark Alcadrez from Case McShane, and Chester Drash from Drash Consultants, and Heath Weinrich from RVK Architects. First agenda item was the Structural Engineer Services. I notified the committee that the district had received 5 submittals for the Structural Engineer Services for the roof joist at McCollum High School. The layout parking lot update, Mr. Coy Ballard and Jasmine Azima from Jasmine Engineering gave presentation on the status of the parking lot project. Mrs. Azima stated that the project had been completed and parking lot was now available with 36 additional spots. She also stated there were some problems with thickness of asphalt and testing for density had been performed. Contractor will be taking out asphalt and repouring at no cost to the district. The process will not impact children and staff. It will be conducted in 2 phases, with each phase occurring when parking lot is not in use. Carabel Elementary project update. The presentation given by Mark Alcadrez from Case McShane stated that 50% of the piers have been installed and the project is moving along. Mr. Alcadrez gave a substantial completion date of June 26, 2018. Mr. Bulis would like more manpower as the project moves forward to have both projects completed at the same time to meet deadlines. The district received official notification requesting a time extension, but due to the time it was received, staff was not able to present it to the committee. The Vestal Elementary project, Mr. Alcadrez stated that the piers at Vestal have been completed. Some issues had arisen regarding the piers, but have not been resolved. He stated that substantial completion for this project is June 13, 2018. Chester Drash from Drash Consultants also gave a presentation regarding the pier installation. Mr. Drash stated that all piers, including the 11 that were replaced, had been tested and everything was acceptable. The district also received official notification requesting a time extension and cost increase to remedy the piers at Vestal. A meeting has been scheduled, which took place September 13, 2017, to discuss the time and cost. With no further discussion, Mr. Mendoza adjourned the meeting at 6:55.
Any questions?
No, Mr. Chair?
Yes, sir.
You can ask Mr. Mendoza if you can get together with Mr. Soto and make plans for our next building committee meeting. Thank you.
Okay, any further discussion? Okay, moving on, item number 4E, information on the district's options regarding disposition of the district's 100 acres located in the southern boundaries.
Members of the board, that item is agendized in executive session in case the board wants to avail itself of the exception allows discussion of real property. Governmental entities such as yourself are allowed to do that if you're going to divulge information that may compromise your position with a third party in negotiating in the future. It's up to the board.
Bunch of little mumbo jumbo. But basically, I guess what you're saying is that we're going to take care of this and we'll go through it in closed session real quick.
It's agendized for executive session. You can talk about it in executive session. That's correct.
Okay, okay. So we're not gonna do it unless anybody wants to do something right now. We're just gonna wait and talk about it in executive session. Is that okay, guys? Okay, then we're gonna move on right now to 5A through I. And I don't have to read all of it. There you go. Okay. Consent items.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, sir.
I would like to pull item G.
Item number G is going to be pulled. Does anyone else like to pull an item?
I would like to pull, Mr. Chair, I would like to pull C.
So we have G and C, or C and G?
Mr. Chair, I'd like to pull item F.
CFG? CFG? I'm going to part. CFG. Does anybody else want to pull an item?
Mr. Chair, then I move to approve item A through I for the exception of CFG.
We have a motion by Mr. Moonies to approve all items with the exception of CFG. Do I have a second?
Second.
We have a second by Mr. Zeke Mendoza. Do we have any discussion? Okay, there being no discussion, please take the vote. The ayes have it, the motion carries unanimously. Moving back to item number C in order, we're going to go to consent item 5C. The board will be asked to approve the submission of the state waiver for maximum class size enrollment exception waiver for the 2017-2018 school year for the Texas Education Agency. Do we have a motion?
So move.
I have a motion by Mr. Moonies, second by Mr. Juan Mancha. Do we have any discussion?
Well, I have a couple of questions with regards to this, because, I mean, this is actually putting more burden on our teachers. Being one of the new board members, some of the questions I have is, what currently is our average class size?
Again, Mr. Chair, at this time, I'm going to let Ms. Gallegos and our directors address Mr. Tejeda's question. Ms. Gallegos?